One more test and one more quiz before the seniors leave. So your next test will be next Wednesday. We're going to do 7-5, 7-6, 7-7, 7-8. I just did the video for 7-7 or 7-8, which we're doing 7-7, which we're doing tomorrow. It's 6 minutes long. The stuff we're doing is not difficult. That's why I saved it for the end here, because I knew we were going to be, in crunch time. But I need you to pay attention. Listen to me. Listen to me. You guys have 3 web assigns for this week. I made all of the due dates Monday. So if you want to do tonight's tonight, great. You want to do tomorrow's tomorrow, great. Do not wait until Sunday night and say to your parents, oh my gosh, she gave us 3 homework assignments all the same day. No, I didn't. I'm just giving you time because I understand some of you are doing the dance at the pep rally and you got stuff going on. So I'm giving you till Monday to do them all. All right, operations with matrices. I'm going to go through this first part relatively quickly because it's so easy. You guys know what a matrix is? How do we read a matrix? Row by what? Column, left to right, up and down. So when you are adding or subtracting matrices, the dimensions have to be the same, meaning a 2 by 2 plus a 2 by 2. A 3 by 2 plus a 3 by 2. You cannot, if you have a 3 by 2 minus a 2 by 1, you cannot do that. When you're adding and subtracting, the dimensions have to be exactly the same. Let me show you some examples. All right, if they're not the same, you can't do it. I'll show you. So here are 2 matrices. Do you guys agree we're adding them together? You see the plus sign in the middle, okay? What are the dimensions of A? 2 by 2 and 2 by 2. So they're the same, yes? So you literally just add the corresponding parts. Top left plus top left. What's -1 plus 1? 0. You can go left to right, go up and down. Doesn't matter. I'm going to go to the right. What's 2 plus 3? 2 plus 3 is 5, okay? Bottom left with bottom left. What's 0 plus -1? Good. And then 1 plus 2 is 3. It's literally that simple. Look at the second one. Can you add them? Because it's a 3 by 1 plus a 3 by 1, correct? So what's 1 and -1? What's -3 and +3? What's -2 and +2? Good. Look at the next one. It says find the sum. That means add. What are the dimensions of this one? 2 by what? 2 by 3. Okay, what's this one? A 2 by 2. Can you add these? Why not? So dimensions not the same. Anybody have any questions on that?
If it's it has to be the exact same, so it has to be 2 by 3, 2 by 3.
Yep, cannot be a 2 by 3 and a 3 by 2.
Yeah.
Correct. We're going to get to multiplication in a minute. All right, scalar multiplication. Guys, what does this mean that they want you to do with the 3? Multiply into A, right? So literally you're taking a 3 and you're going what? 3 times 2, 3 times 2, 3 times 4, right? You're just distributing, in this case, 9 times. I'm skipping over this one because I'm about to do it in the next example. If you have something like this, find 3A minus B. What are they asking you to do here? Distribute the 3 into A and then what? Subtract the B. So let's do that. You would set it up and you'd say 3 and then, actually if you want to, you can do it up here. You just want to put a 3 right here and then rewrite the matrix, that's fine. So when you distribute, what's 3 times 2? 6. Now I'm going to go to the right. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 4 is 12, okay? 3 times -3. Yep. 3 times 0. 3 times -1. Yep. 3 times 2. 3 times 1. And 3 times 2. All right. Can everybody in here multiply those numbers together? Yes. Where you'll make a mistake is just being careless with your signs. So then it says minus B. So 2, 1, -1, 0, -4, 3, and 0, 3, 2. Yeah? Okay. So my suggestion to you is not to keep this as subtraction. My suggestion is to change the subtraction to a positive and then do what with everything behind it? Change the signs. The reason why is because when you add this together, guys, or when you subtract, however you want to say it, right? I understand that you guys can say 6 minus 2 is 4, correct? Okay, we all know that. But where we get kind of confused, sometimes if you say negative 9 minus 1, what does that give you? Negative 10. Okay, last period was like 8, negative. See, that's why I say it's so easy to confuse signs. If I were you, as soon as I see a subtraction, I do this. I say, oh, I'm going to change this to a plus, and then change every sign behind it. Someone said to me last period, why did you put negative in front of 0? Just because I'm going through the motions. Does it matter if I put a negative in front of 0? No. But now this just makes your life easier. If I go to the first column, what's 6 plus 1? 7. Before it was 6 minus a negative. So then you're like, oh, what do I do? Just take all doubt away. Make things as easy as possible. So now I have 6 here, and 0 is what? 6. I'm going to go down. 0 and 4 is 4. 3 plus negative 3 is 0, okay? 12 plus 0 is negative 3, and negative 3 is negative 6. Negative 3 plus negative 3, guys. And then 6 plus negative 2. 4. That's it. So you guys have solved a million equations. You've done distribution and stuff like that. You just have to pay attention to signs. So in a question like this, it says solve for x. Look at the equation itself. How would you solve for x? What would you do to get x by itself? Well, what do you do first? Subtract the a and divide by 3. So x equals b minus a divided by 3. I could also rewrite this as 1/3 times b minus a. Correct? Guys, subtraction and multiplication, you got to be careful with matrices. Everything matters. The order matters. So I'm going to set this up. What matrix goes first? The B. So I have negative 3, 2, 4, and 1, minus 1, 0, negative 2, 3. Everybody with me? Once I figure that out, I'm going to distribute the negative 1/3, or just divide everything by 3, whatever. I'm going to go ahead and say, let me fix this, help myself out, change all the signs behind. So I have my 1/3 out here. What's negative 3 plus a negative 1? Negative 4. What's 4 plus 2? 6, good. 2 and 0. What kind of 2?
Oh, it's because it's 0.
And then 1 and negative 3? Negative 2. Now what do I do with the 1/3? I distribute it to everything. So this becomes negative 4 over 3. What's 6 times 1/3, or 6 divided by 3? 2. What's 1/3 times 2 is 2/3, right? And then 1/3 times negative 2 is negative 2/3. Anything you guys can't handle. All right, now multiplication is just as simple. You guys just need to be a little more methodical about it. If you do what I'm telling you to do, if you follow the little steps that I do, you guys will not get confused. If you follow the steps that I'm telling you to do. If you try to do too much in your head, then yes, you're going to get yourself confused. The hardest math you're going to have to do is like negative 12 plus 3. But it's a matter of understanding. What I want you to write down here is middle dimensions must be the same. This will make sense in 1 second. Outside dimensions, this kind of goes back with what Tamara just asked. Tell the answer, we'll say. And again, this will make sense in a second. So with adding and subtracting, the dimensions have to be exactly the same. In multiplication, the middle dimensions have to be the same, and the outside dimensions tell you the answer. I'm going to go with 2 examples here, and after I do it, you guys should be okay. It's much easier for you guys to do this on your paper with colored pencils and on Notability. When I do it on Notability, it's so much easier to see. When I do it on Explain Everything, it's kind of confusing because I have to use different colors and stuff, but I'll do my best. First of all, guys, when you're using matrices, A times B is different than B times A. All right, you have to understand that order matters in multiplication with matrices. It doesn't if you say 2 times 3, 3 times 2. But you'll see why here in a second. So what did I tell you to do? First, let's find the dimensions. What is the dimensions of A? Row by column. It's 3 rows by 2 columns, correct? All right, what are the dimensions of B? Row by column. It's a 2 by 2. What's the first thing we wrote down? What has to be the same? The middle dimension has to be the same. Are the middle numbers the same? Yes. So the outside tells you the answer. Your answer will be a row by column. A what? A 3 row by 2 column. Do you have to do this part? Absolutely not. Do I think this is the smartest thing in the world for you to do to keep yourself organized? Absolutely. Write down the dimensions and then circle the middle. If they're the same, be like, oh yeah, I can do this. And then the outside tells you how many rows by how many columns. And then in a sense, we are not finding the dot product, but you're using that concept. When you guys find the dot product, it's first times first plus second times second, right? We're doing the exact same thing here. If you are methodical like this, I'm telling you that you will keep yourself organized. I want to find this entry right there. Verbally say it out loud. Where is that X located? What row? What column? First row. First column, correct? Those are the numbers that you're going to multiply and add. So first times first. What is -1 times -3? 3 plus second times second. What's 3 times -4? -12. And when you add those together, what number do you get? -9. There's your first entry right there. You always go whatever row you're looking at by whatever column. I'm telling you, if you write out like I'm telling you to do, whatever the answer is going to look like, and then say, okay, this is the number I'm trying to find, you'll keep yourself organized. I'm gonna do a bunch more. Relax. Hold on. Okay, relax. So whatever entry you want to find, I want to find this one now. Look at this. Party, do this with me. That's the number I want to find. Where is that X located? What row, what column? That I have circled.
It's in the second.
No, row by column.
First row.
It's in the, look, watch me. Watch up here. First row, second column. So now we do first times first. What's -1 times 2? -2 plus second times second. What's 3 times 1? 3. And then you add those two numbers together and you get? +1. There, you found that one. What about the X? Yeah, that's what I found. First row, second column.
Wait, if the one's negative, both of those be -3. So the first one was.
First row, second column. -1 times 2 is -2. 3 times 1 is 3. Write it out if you need to. If you guys write it out, it's exactly like you see it. It's not that bad. If I want to find, look, if I just follow along with me for one example and then ask me a question. Look at the piece I have circled in green. Where is that located? Row by column. It's in the second row and the what? First column. So you take first times first. What is 4 times -3? What is it? -12 plus second times second. -2 times -4. So -12 plus 8 is? -4. Your biggest mistake is going to be signs. Because you guys get hung up on signs. So what does what say? I wrote it out because you guys were wondering where I was getting the numbers from. I wrote 4 times -3, the first entry and the first entry, multiplied together, plus the second one times the second one. So we found this piece right here. AJ, you're doing this one. I want to find that X that I have circled in blue. Where is that located? What row? second row, and what column is that in? The second column. So look, this 4 times this 2, first times first is what? 8 plus second times second. What's negative 2 times 1? Okay, so what's 8 plus negative 2? That's it. All right, so now what am I looking for? I'm going to circle this X right here. Where is that X? Third row, first column. So in the third row and first column, the first times the first. 5 times negative 3 is what? Negative 15. What is 0 times negative 4? 0. So what's negative 15 plus 0? Negative 15. Where is the last piece that we don't know? Where is it located? What row? What column? Okay, so it's in the third row, second column. First times first. What is 5 times 2? 10. Plus, what is 0 times 1? 0. What is 10 plus 0? 10. Perfect. And there's your answer. If you guys write out what your answer should look like at the bottom, you'll help yourself with a little roadmap. Let's do this. All right, let's go through it just exactly how we just did it. How do we first figure out if we can even multiply these together? Find the dimensions. What's the dimensions of the first one? Row by column. It's a 2 by 3. Perfect. The second one, row by column, is a what? 3 by 3. So circle the middle. Can you multiply these together? Yes, because they are the same. All right, we're good. So then my answer is going to look like a what? A 2 by 3. So that means it's going to have 2 rows and 3 columns. Write it out if you need to. So I have 2 rows and 3 columns. So it's going to look something like that. Anybody have any questions about how I found that? And now we just have to go through and say, okay, when I want to find this X right there. Again, this is a little harder for me to do on the video, so it's going to be a little messier, but I'll do the best I can. Where is that X that I have circled? Where is it located? First row and first column. Perfect. So I'm going to take the first row and the first column. I'm going to multiply and add. So first times first. What is 1 times negative 2? Negative 2. Plus 0 times 1. 0. Good. Plus 3 times negative 1. Plus negative 3. So what is negative 2 plus 0 plus negative 3? Perfect. We found that one. All right, give me a second. Hang on. Okay, now I'm going to find this one right here. Oh, I wrote. Sorry. Thank you. Ooh, excuse me. Where is that X located that I've circled? First row, second column. So again, do the same thing, guys. First times first. What is 1 times 4? 4. What's 0 times 0? And then what's 3 times 1? So 4 plus 0 plus 3 is perfect. Good job. Is this a hard? No. Is it a pain? Yeah. That's fine. All right, now I want to find this X. Circled in pink. Where's that? First row. Third column. So take those numbers. First times first. 1 times 2 is 2. 0 times 0 is 0. Good. And then 3 times negative 1. What's 2 plus 0 plus negative 3? I just said the answer again. I keep doing that. All right. Good job, guys. Good job. Now I'm going to find this one. Where's the one that I have circled? Where's that located? Located in blue. Where is that? The blue X. This one right there. Okay, second row. First column. So take those numbers. We're going to say 2 times negative 2. Negative 4 plus negative 1 times 1. Negative 1. And then negative 2 times negative 1 is plus 2. What's negative 4 plus negative 1 plus 2? Negative 3. Perfect. All right, now we're gonna go backwards.